What's up, horse racing fans? Welcome to another episode of the Inside Post. Today's video, we are handicapping Saturday's card for Saratoga, the Belmont Stakes Day. Going into races 4 through 7, giving you our best bet and a long shot contender in here for this early pick 5, middle pick 5, pick 4s, and then kind of kicking things off going into that all stakes pick 5 later on. We'll be putting out another video that includes the Belmont Stakes pick 5 wagering. But for now, we're starting it off with this early sequence of two grade 2 races, a grade 3, and obviously a grade 1. First off, we have this grade 2 True North, 6.5 furlongs for 4-year-olds and up. This is the start of a little bit middle pick 4 through 7. So this is kind of a pick 4 ticket that we are kind of putting together in here. Kind of kicking it off with a pretty heavy favorite in Gun Pilot for Christian Torres, Steve Asmussen, Three Chimneys, own sire of Gun Runner in here. Comes out of that Churchill Downs sprint, the grade 1 sprint on Derby Day. 101 speed figure, backed it up pretty dominantly in there. Pretty good odds of 5-1. And then kind of comes out of two optional claimers and then an Eclipse. So kind of took a big step forward in there and is kind of an even money favorite right now, which is interesting for this one for sure. But don't have to use it after that monster speed figure coming out of that Churchill Downs Stakes. Second, we're going to try to beat it with the number 4 Accreditive. This is our second pick. Rad Ortiz, Chad Brown. If you've been watching our videos, obviously we said Chad Brown's going to have a big weekend. So let's get it going or pick it up from Friday and into Saturday. Comes out of an 80 non-winners. Allowance in here was beat second in here by Baby Yoda, who's also in this race. The horse seems to be training really well. Distance will be the big question mark. Is 6.5 too short, as he's been going a mile and 7 furlongs. 5-1 is probably rightfully so, just because he's kind of not ran at this short of a distance in quite some time. You can tell, obviously, Saratoga is his place. 4, 2, and 1. Going these distances usually is where he was best. Came out of the Amsterdam. 6.5 maiden is where he broke his maiden going this distance. So rightfully so. Number 4, definitely taking it into consideration. Gun it. I'm gonna say Gun Pilot because we got a lot of Gunnets in here. However, this one is a Tappet sire. Linda Rice, Jose Ortiz, Winning Move Stables. Winner again, 80 allowance in there at Aqueduct for Belmont at Aqueduct. Again, one that has familiarity with the Saratoga racecourse. Has been going 6 furlongs, so a little bit extra of 6.5 should not hurt this horse. The 96 speed figure was the career best speed figure, so looks to be one that's in great form right now. This workout was huge, May 21st, right after that allowance win, so looks to be kind of bouncing right back fairly quickly. Another one to use, obviously, is probably going to be Baby Yoda in here, just because winner of the last being out accreditive. Was a big price in that race as well. 90 speed figure in there. So again, basically 4 horses that are kind of primed and ready to go and that look really good coming in. Rockney, another one that looks good. Winner of a stakes race last time out. Winner last time out. Has some early speed. One that's going to set possibly some early fractions. So looking at going a little bit deeper in here. Using the 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on a heavier price ticket. If not, go a little bit shorter. You could take off the 7 and the 2 and just stick with, the 4, 5, 6 and see what we can bring in on that. Race 5 will be a mile on the turf. The first stakes turf race of the day. We got the grade 3 poker in here for 4-year-olds and up. We are on the inner turf at, again, Saratoga, Belatoga. All right. Another great race shaping up to be. We have 2 spectacular horses in here, Carl Spackler and Casa Creed. I love me some Casa Creed. was huge on the horse basically in the last 5-6 races that he's been in. Love the Kelso, the 4-star Dave. Breeders' Cup Mile couldn't back it up, but ran into a really good horse in Masters of the Seas. Tries to ship over in Maidan and the UAE. Ran a pretty good 6. So again, thrilled with what Casa Creed, this 8-year-old, has been able to do. Let's give him one more hurrah. He's going to be our second pick in here, however. Carl Spackler looks phenomenal coming in. I just don't know how Casa Creed's going to ship in or ship back from being overseas and then coming back and hasn't raced. So that we'll see if he's the real deal. 8 years old, this isn't his first time, obviously, doing that. But however, when he was over before in the turf sprint at Abu Dhabi, comes back in the Jalper, finishes 3rd in there. So obviously there's a little bit of possible jet lag that we could see. He's not raced since March. Carl Spackler coming in off of, however, it was just a $300,000 stakes race. Posted a really good career high 98 speed figure in there for Chad Brown, Tyler Gaffleone. This was at Churchill. Is 2 for 2 at Saratoga. Casa Creed 6 for 4 at Saratoga. So I mean, 2 really, really great horses in here right now. And if you wanted, big exacta on the 2 and the 3, looks phenomenal. Really good. Really like those 2. Talk of the Nation on the outside, one that could be a spoiler. A little bit deeper of a ticket, include Talk of the Nation. As you can see, ran second to Carl Spackler in that opening verse at Churchill. Going a mile, they will be going a mile yet again. Same kind of 98 speed figure. I believe Carl Spackler's was basically the same. Another one, another exacta. Throw this one in there with Casa and Carl. This is just a really good race for basically these 2 or 3 horses. Probably all we got. A lot of early speed. Especially to the inside with Mysterious Night. This is Charlie Appleby, William Buick. This will be our long shot play. If we try to steal one in here, if we just go 2-3-1 or 1-2-3 on our pick 5, pick 4 ticket, this would be one that we are going to include just to try to see if we could steal something in here. But Carl Spackler and Casa Creed are absolutely phenomenal. Kind of comes out of some of these similar races across the seas. 2 wins at Maidan, a grade 2, and I believe it was just a handicap 57,000 over there. So usually when these horses ship in, it takes them a run or 2. This one's coming off of a 13th, very disappointing 13th in a grade 2 stakes race at the Abaldazes. So we'll see if it can come in and play a little spoiler. But the connections alone, we have Gold Dolphin, again, Charlie Appleby, William Buick coming here for this big Saratoga day. So has run against Carl Spackler before, did not have anything for him in the Hall of Fame, again, at Saratoga. So just kind of a deep ticket horse to include, maybe one to put in on your trifectas. It's going to have some early speed. I just think these other runners are way ahead of Mysterious Night. All right, moving on, race 6. Grade 2 stakes race in here. We have the Suburban, $350,000 for 4-year-olds and up. We're going 1.25 miles. Again, another one that's kind of a good betting race. Some really good horses in here. Boondog, another one that's kind of coming in from Maidan yet again. Has raced 3 times at Aqueduct. 2 wins, both, or one with an allowance of 82, and then the other one was an optional claiming. 94, 99 speed figures, so the speed figures are getting better. 2 wins under his belt will get Jose Lescano aboard, who was in that allowance win. 4 Wilmot, Mohammed Khalid Ahmad is the owner in here. This one is a really good one out of Gunrunner, and looks super fit and super ready to run in this 1.25 mile race. Last time out ran 1 mile and 1/8, so the distance should be right on point. Price right now 2-1 currently. There's just not a whole lot of others. I thought there was only 8 runners in here. So number 7, Croupy is another one to include on your ticket. Has some late speed in here with Irad Ortiz and Todd Pletcher. Does come out of that Dubai World Cup, finishing Disappointing, very disappointing 10th. Looks to bounce back again. Would like to see him have a race under his belt before trying a big stakes race on the Belmont Saratoga card. But we'll see if he's ready to bounce back. Workouts have been about average. Boondog has been the best workout base, or the workouts that we've seen. But Kruby's run against some really good horses: National Treasure, Saudi Crown, Lord Miles, Life on the Nile. Just a really good class option in here. I mean, Boondog obviously has ran against some other wins too, but Kruby looks to have a little bit of a class edge over number 8. Too deep would be wise. Deeper tickets, number 4, Charge It, will be third pick in here. Has some early and late kick. Finished third in the Westchester Grade 3 at Belmont at Aqueduct. We'll get John Velasquez back aboard. You have to go all the way back to July. Belmont, at Belmont, in the Suburban, where this horse picked up his last win. So it was coming in to try to, I guess, defend his honor, defending Suburban champ right here. But it's kind of had a tough go of it. A couple fourth places, a third. So hopefully one that's getting back into it. Obviously he's not going to be running against the likes of Cody's Wish, White Abario, or Zandon. So we'll see. Probably one that we just are going to leave off the ticket and stick with the 2 that have been overseas and running in some bigger class fields of Kruby and Boondog. Long shot pick, if you want to add one in here, Signator or Kuchar have really good options. Kuchar is coming off of a win. Signator coming out of an allowance. Just really didn't have anything in there, but has posted a pretty good workout. Is starting his second start of his 4-year-old season, so he should make an improve off of that 4th start. Kuchar was 4 wide in his last start and was able to win. So we'll see if it gets a little bit better trip. But I still think everything's to the outside of what these horses have to beat in the 7 and the 8. And the last race for the video, the Ogden Phipps, going a mile and an eighth here. Fillies and mares, $500,000 race. What a really good one we have yet again. And here she is, yes, 5-year-old mare in Idiomatic. Look at the records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in her last 10 starts, I do believe is what it is. Comes out of Latroin, the Breeders' Cup Distaff, the Spinster. I believe that was a Delaware handicap, the Shawnee, and then obviously second in the Ruffian. What a list, or career list, that Idiomatic has put together. Just a phenomenal mare right now. And we'll see what she's set up to do going into the summer and kind of setting herself up for something in the Breeders' Cup. But definitely the top of the class in here. Obviously 3 to 5, definitely getting respect. If we keep playing favorites, obviously the pick 5 and pick 4s aren't going to pay much. So using this one to try to beat her, Raging Sea for Chad Brown. One that's coming in off of 3 wins in the Commonly and the double, I believe it was the Double Dog Dare. Grade 3 at Keeneland, both going a mile and an eighth and a mile and 16th. 95 speed figure in that last outing, so comparable to what Idiomatic has been running in her 96, 95 positions. What's worrisome, she's posted 4 straight 100s, dropped to a 96, and then has dropped to a 95. Is she going to be able to pick it up and post something better than a 95? That's what she's going to have to do to win the race. Anything less than a 95, she's probably getting beat by Raging Seas, or even one of these other ones in randomized. But these two are really good. Idiomatic is obviously the mare of the summer to watch. Raging Seas coming in for Chad Brown to play spoiler. Probably going too deep in here. Pretty mischievous. I don't know what to do. She ran third to Idiomatic last time out. The Test, the Acorn, the Kentucky Oak, she did everything right last year, but just has ran into a really tough horse in Idiomatic. But does have some late speed to take into consideration of watching that late kick. Randomize another Chad Brown. I think this one will set up to be the rabbit for Raging Seas. Sticking it out, going out early for Rosario, and probably letting Raging Seas blow past in the stretch. So there's our picks for races 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the Belmont Saratoga Saturday. We will be posting another video of all the Grade 1 Stakes races 8 through 12, here shortly, so make sure to like down below. Give us a subscribe. You guys are doing awesome, helping us out, reaching our 1,000 mark. So if you're watching the video, make sure to hit that subscribe. We thank you for watching, and hopefully you win big.